the Gourmet Gambit. Today's recipe is Cockerel or Riesling, and it's made with Riesling wine from the province of ALSACE. And this is a very appreciated wine in France. It's not too dry, it's the perfect white wine that makes a very nice and tasty Cockerel. I'm Wes Waldman, let's get started. Rinse all your ingredients under cold running water. I do not recommend to rinse your mushrooms in water. Put a little brush on there to get dirt or sand off the mushrooms. Little Ratte potatoes, they're delicious. Don't peel them, we're going to prepare them with the skin. Our shallots. Cut them in half. The garlic, we're going to use about 8 cloves. Preserve 3 cloves of garlic and chop the others. The celery, preserve the leaves and chop the rest. The parsley, take off a few stems which can be useful to dress your dish. Cut the stems and preserve and chop the rest. And keep some of the chopped parsley aside as well. We're going to put in our parsley stems. We're going to make a little bed, a bed of herbs. And here we got that beautiful fresh thyme. If you can smell this, it is really fantastic. Put in a few bay leaves, the garlic, the celery leaf, 3 or 4 cloves, crush a nutmeg, some black peppercorns. We're going to pour a little bit salt. Don't salt it too much. You can always adjust your salt at the end. Then we're going to put in our cockerel, the chopped celery and the chopped shallots. And last but not least, our Riesling wine. And we're going to let our cockerels simmer low and slow. The cockerels have been simmering for half an hour. We don't want them to fall apart, so at this moment we're going to take our cockerels out of our cooking pan. Melt about 100 grams of butter with a little bit olive oil. It's just melted, you don't want to heat it up too much. Put a little bit of salt in there, a little bit of black pepper. Stir it up a little bit. Take your Ratte potatoes, put the garlic on there and the chopped parsley. And then we're going to mix it up a bit like this. And we're going to pour our melted butter on there. Stir it up again. The idea is that it's all going to coat your potatoes. Take an oven plate. We're going to pour our potatoes in there. And we're going to preheat our oven up to 200 degrees Celsius. And the potatoes are going to bake for about 1 hour, but you have to check it out once in a while. Put some butter in your frying pan, put the heat on maximum. Don't let your butter burn, and put in your mushrooms. You can see they're not soaky, they're nicely fried on the outside. And we're going to put them in our sauce at the very last moment. After half an hour we're going to stir up our potatoes a little bit and back in the oven again. We're going to let our ingredients simmer for another half an hour. Take out all the herbs but leave the shallots and don't burn your fingers. Delicious French crème fraîche. If you can't buy crème fraîche, you can use sour cream with 20% of whipping cream, 1 tablespoon of wheat flour. You can also use corn flour. Mix it up well. And we're going to put our crème fraiche in there. Put your gas on medium heat. And we're going to warm this up until it thickens. Now as it starts boiling, you can see that our sauce is still quite liquid. It needs some more flour. Mix some flour in lukewarm water, so you won't have little bits in your sauce. And then you keep on stirring, get it back to the boiling point, and continue adjusting your sauce. As soon as you get a nice thickness, stop the fire and put in our mushrooms. Taste your sauce, adjust it with salt and pepper, and just before serving we're going to warm it up and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. Use some baking paper or some aluminum foil on your oven plate. Pour a little bit of olive oil. Put your oven on the grill position, 220 degrees Celsius, and this might take 10 minutes to get a nice brown coloration. Just get a slight little roast on there, and that's really what we're looking for. You are so beautiful. A little bit of coarse sea salt on the potatoes, that gives you really a nice salted crunchy taste. A little bit of parsley, and there we are. Cockerel or Riesling. This was the French old-fashioned recipe. If you want some less tanginess, some less acidity, you can put a chicken stock cube in there as well. So afterwards it's really up to you to get the taste you want with your spices, salt and pepper. So my dear gourmet friends, I say to thee, bon appetit, and see you back soon.